Never seen this much dick pulling in my life. I've never seen so much fake competition in my life, bro. Like, and that's
Bro,
what
chat, what's good?
realistically
We're
wrong
gonna
with
be
this
reacting
shit.
to
Like a month ago and a
old
month and a
video.
half
It's an
ago,
old video
I
right
stopped
here,
IRL
but
streaming as much.
I just
And
came
know a
across
lot
it
of
and I was
y'all
like,
have
I just want to
noticed
react
that.
to it,
I
man. Y'all
haven't
make
had
sure to
much
comment, like,
energy
subscribe
in
to the
my
videos right
streams
now, gang.
necessarily, and I kind of just kept streaming because I just wanted to, you know, I never wanted to take a break. And then not to mention, I'm not gonna lie, I feel burnt out.
I've seen Ron go from loving streaming so much to his passion slowly going away.
Bro, I just don't know what to do with this shit anymore, bro. This shit just don't feel the same, bro. What do I do, bro? I'm so lost. Chat, I'm gonna see y'all later, bro. I gotta take some time to myself.
Are you okay, man?
Nah,
Bro, that is unreal, bro. Like, seeing Silky cry like that is unreal.
but I dare do gotta leave. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta get shit with Davo, so I'm gonna hit y'all later, alright?
Alright, bro.
Alright.
Alright, man.
Views is down. Elephant in the room. Everybody, you can't pull up a nigga right now and his shit ain't cranking like it was last month, nigga. It is what the fuck it is, nigga.
It's kind of crazy how I can't even control shit on my own fucking stream. I can't control nothing.
Coming into 2025, everyone and their mama thought that streaming was the way to go. It was the means to create content
Facts,
to
I
a
thought so
wider
too.
audience, farm money, and do honestly some of the dopest things in the world. Celebrities were getting into it, athletes were getting into it, politicians were getting into it, and it just seemed like streaming would be a staple for years to come. But then something happened. When everyone flocked to this medium of creating content, it started to create a bubble, and eventually that bubble would have to burst. And to be honest with you, I think that we are there. And with that bursting reveals the unintended consequences of streaming being this gold mine type rush. There's been a view epidemic, streams are getting crazy expensive and out of control. People can't have private lives anymore, and ultimately being on live 24/7 is not something that people can handle. Hell, the child stars of past have shown us that before. I'm here to talk about the state of streaming in 2025 and going forward. And to be honest with you,
photos
it's not
and
looking
gallery
good.
are
In
two different
2024, we saw
things.
a boom in the streaming economy. We saw the rise of the FaZe clan. We saw the rise of different members of AMP. Mafiathon 2 went off without a hitch. The FaZe Subathon went off without a hitch. And everyone and their mother flocked to streaming, which meant that the only next logical step going into 2025 was to stream more, right? But we quickly found out that that is not something that is sustainable for the whole ecosystem, for the whole environment. It can't handle everybody flocking to streaming for a plethora of different reasons. I think the first thing that had a lot of people skewed as to the realities of what streaming can and can't be is Streamer University. It happened earlier this year, and people thought that it was a great idea, and to be honest with you, it was. It introduced a whole different subsection of streamers to the information pool that we all can look at and consume. But it definitely had some unintended consequences. It made everyone feel like they had to spend a shit ton of money in order to get their streams off.
That's
and
facts too.
streamers found out quick, fast, and
It's so
the
chat.
first
It's so many
problem with this
times. It's so many times people has been like, oh, bro, I gotta spend this amount of money and I gotta do this amount of money and I gotta drop this. I swear I heard like Zena say it, DDG say that stuff. It's a lot of people who say that stuff about like keeping up the streams and stuff.
That streaming movement is that streaming is an expensive venture.
The Love Show. This is something
yeah, this
that
one of the
I'm
clips,
spending
chat.
a lot of money. Like
He said he spent like $1 million.
Selling a watch in order to invest in this. Like this is the most expensive shit I ever paid for. Nigga, I'm spending a house on what I'm doing. You feel me?
Y'all know how expensive it is to keep up with content
Oh,
creation?
this is the other
You
clip,
can
chat.
get
This the other
a
clip.
10K check from Twitch. What the fuck is a 10K check when you gotta spend 5K on trips to travel, $500 on setup shit, $2,000 on your rent, $200 on Wi-Fi, $200 on IRL toolkit. You gotta pay the Clippers, pay a YouTube editor. Chat, I don't think y'all realizing I be going into negative.
I think what a lot of people saw from
See,
people like Kai
I think this
Cenat
is
or,
the
you know,
part. This the part, chat, where you gotta like stop doing these crazy productions, chat. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't, like you can't afford the crazy productions. You know what I mean? So I think focusing on like non-expensive stuff, still creating the content, still being funny. Yeah, you can still spend a little bit of money, but you know what I mean? Going into negatives, doing it, I think you moving backwards at that point.
The people from FaZe is that spending money for streaming, putting money back into your content is seemingly a worthwhile investment. But I think what a lot of people underestimated is the fact that they have a lot of equity built into the content creation game, where then when they do these ventures, they can see the return, they see the benefits, and they are reaping the rewards of it. They have sat there at their computers and desks and built sweat equity with a community that is willing to support them no matter if they spend money or don't spend money. So it makes sense for them to go out and buy the Samsung phones all the way up to the $30,000 backpacks. It makes sense for them to invest in a trip into Six
Low
Flags or
budget.
local theme park.
But that's what I'm saying. On the low budget end, start low. I would stream with an iPhone. You can still do it. Then I will move up with the any S Ultra, bro. 24, 25, 26, whatever, up to the newest one right now. All right. Then from there, once you stream your ass off on the phone for a long ass time, you feel me, and you really start seeing some money, that's when you level up, bro. Then you get yourself a cameraman. Then you get yourself a brand new camera. Then you get yourself the IRL tool, backpack or whatever, the TVU. And then you just go back and invest in yourself, bro. But if you could do it on a low budget end, chat, start low budget, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that until you make the bank.
Or go across the country to Japan. But a lot of the new streamers hopped into this lane and it didn't ultimately pop off because they put money into it without building up that community aspect. There's a lot of big streams that went off this year that did not go as planned, as told by leaders of the community or just what we see. Hell, what happened to a lot of the streamers from Streamer U, Streamer Prom, the Are You My Ball show, or that other love show that Blackboy Max and them put on? And even if you ask DDG what his thoughts on what the outcome of the love show might be, it didn't go so well. It didn't do what he thought it would do.
Every dollar I made this month plus more is going into that motherfucker. And it's only a week long. If I don't average like 40, 50, I think finale I might touch 100 Diddy or like a 150 piece.
Now I did think I would have touched 100,000.
Just because you spend money doesn't mean that you're inherently going to get into the views. Which brings me to the next issue. Viewbotting got out of hand in 2025. Now, for those of you who don't know what viewbotting is, it's when people, whoever the entity is, paid.
Bro, I didn't even know it was a thing. I only thought botting was for shoes, bro. I only thought botting was for like sneakers and buying Supreme and shit. Niggas is botting views is crazy.
On a person's channel. It could be on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, but for this specific purpose, we're talking about Twitch. And as XQC and Twitch exposed, there have been a lot of people who have been view botting on this platform. This only got sniffed out after Twitch dropped its view bot crackdown. And honestly, it worked better than a lot of people anticipated. Viewership on Twitch is down wholeheartedly.
Apparently, the overall viewership on Twitch went down as much as 24% compared to last week, with many big streamers suddenly losing thousands of viewers. Not just big streamers, streamers of all shapes and sizes lost tons and tons of viewers, like across the board.
Now, in hindsight, it does make a lot of sense. There was times last year where there were platforms like Kick, Rumble, and Twitch where viewership was 100,000 viewers for like 6 to 7 to 8 streamers on every single platform at any given time. And to be honest with you, that was just to inflate things so people could get their advertising dollars and create this bubble that we're in now. And at some point, somebody was gonna have to sniff it out. I mean, it was literally not making any sense. And I do want to offer another POV in the conversation though, because I don't think it's all bots.
Everybody on this bitch, views is down. Elephant in the room. Everybody, you can't pull up a nigga right now and his shit ain't cranking like it was last month, nigga. It is what the fuck it is, nigga.
Niggas are paying for me not to have viewers. I never had 250 viewers before, not even starting Twitch. Even when I wasn't even a Twitcher and I started, I never even had this many viewers.
While there are things like Mafiathon or other big streaming events that can occupy, some of that cross-audience viewership over the course of the year, I think that there's a level of viewer fatigue that is not being talked about. And that just simply means that viewers are tired of watching the same things over and over again. The same streams with the girls, the same IRL streams where nothing is really happening, the same streams where nobody's really being creative. To be honest with you, Twitch has a copycat problem right now and nobody's talking about it.
I think streaming right now, I ain't want to say nothing because everything, like, I feel like it's so much shit going on that it almost feel like nothing going on in a weird way. I don't know how to explain it, bro. I have a bad way with certain things. I just know, like, it's the feeling that I'm trying to portray. Everybody trying to do everything, and I'm not trying to be like nobody. I'm trying to make sure I be like myself.
And it's not to the point of like, hey, everybody's doing the same reaction content and the same reactions, playing the same games. I think that has always existed. But literally everybody is doing the big Tokyo trip, or everybody's doing some rendition of a love show, or bringing some sort of girl on, or whatever the case may be, and having the same exact reactions as everyone else. Nobody's doing anything new. Nobody's doing anything unique with any new emotions or uniqueness behind it. They're having the same exact reactions, and it's just the same. It's literally just the same exact stuff over and over and over again. Another big issue that I have with streaming now is because of this always on nature, you don't even have time to yourself in order to handle personal effects or not live moments on the internet. I've talked about it in my Black Boy Max video. It's tough that these kids are growing up in real time in front of cameras because some of this stuff is not for public consumption. I've seen issues and incidences this year in 2025 where I thought to myself, hey, it'd probably be best if you just cut the camera off.
Some family, tragedies and shit. Just shit like when my mama live out, somebody passed. I ain't gonna say who and shit, but.
Stop. Just you. I got my elbow up. Now we gotta clip this.
Bro, I did not see that.
This is short. I'll take it off. No, James. No, you're not gonna fuck on my outfit. I'm sorry. No. Then you're not coming. You're not wearing that shit with a rip on your booty cheek. That's how it came. Well, you're not wearing that with me. And don't try to masturbate me on camera. Either you take it off or you get the fuck out of my house. That's how I'm moving. Who the fuck do you think you are? Wearing a rip on your booty cheek. Nigga, that's some shit you wear when you single. You don't wear that around me, man.
Just a couple weeks ago, Quinn
I'm crying. Oh my God. He just I ain't gonna lie. I like T-Banks. I like T-Banks, chat. I like T-Banks. He's unapologetic. I think he keeps it real in his own way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all I can say.
Streaming being digital slavery, while I don't agree with the verbiage because slavery has meaning and connotation, there were some things that a lot of people took from that actually had some value to it.
I have always said the biggest influencer will be somebody who gives their life to the internet, and that's what streaming is, and I respect it down. I think they are the Don Julios of internet creators. Would I ever do it again? No. Because it gives a sort of digital slavery vibe to me.
Streaming in 2025 is now this thing where you have to be online all the time at the mercy of your chat. Your emotions and your feelings don't matter. It's just go, 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 go. We don't even realize that these people have been living their entire lives in front of a camera and they don't have a time to get an emotional break. Now, I know what somebody's gonna say in the comment section is that, hey, this is self-inflicted. This is something that they brought upon themselves. For sure, I can honestly say that. They can start to do different things or whatever the case may be, and they're making a lot of money, whatever the case may be. Listen, I'm coming from a human aspect. It's not healthy to be on camera 24/7 like this. And this is why you're seeing a lot of people have these mental breakdowns when it comes to streaming now.
I've streamed 200 plus hours every single month. I just did a 4-day marathon and then streamed 13 hours a day with 0 breaks.
Guys, I am a loser. I don't do shit except sit on my couch and study shit and plan shit in my free time. I don't talk to people. It's bad. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I came home, bro. I just cried on my couch, bro. Like, I cried on my couch. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I don't even have nobody, bro. Who do I have? I push everybody in my life away. I don't talk to my parents. I'm out here in LA. Like, yeah, I got my cousin, but it's like, damn, bro. Like, what am I even doing this for?
Naturally, you're gonna be burned out. I mean, we're always on camera 24/7, and
I didn't know that about Black Boy Max. What's up,
this video, but it dawned across me as I was doing research. I remember that time where like Senna, Valkyrie, and Extra Emily got harassed at the park by the dude, and then for whatever reason, they had to come on stream the next day to explain what happened.
He kept running and trying to get something out of his pocket, and like I said, like, you guys, when that clip cuts off, like, we had to run into a store screaming that somebody was going to kill us so that somebody would step in and let us in the back.
Like, what kind of weird ass world do we live in that streamers have to get online and justify this dumbass crime that we've seen with our eyes in 4K? Also, why are we seeing this in 4K? I don't know. The nature of everything being on stream is just bothering me, and I can understand why these people have burnout, because then they have an audience that doesn't believe them, so then they have to justify them, which kind of backs what, Quinn Blackwell was saying a little bit. bit. I see it. I see it. I think there are some positives going into 2026, though. I think that we've weeded out a lot of the people that came into the space and really didn't want to do anything positive, just saw it as a quick money grab. A lot of people picked up phones because they saw streaming content creation as some sort of fad, but ultimately are realizing that, hey, this is something that takes much more effort than I'm willing to put in, and I don't want to slut out the space. Think about every single streamer that was popping or had some clout or had some traction this year that is just not here at the end of the year. Funny Mike. No, he's probably going through some legal stuff. But for real, though, there's a lot of people who picked up streaming and have stopped because they're just not getting the views off. I also do think IRL streaming won't be a mainstay going forward. Bruce Dropomoff and Soluminati had some very good words about IRL streaming. It was dumb, and people were making it dumb because they were just flexing and trying to keep up with people, and it was never meant to last based off how these people were doing it.
It's becoming harder and harder for niggas to become streamers because all y'all think y'all need to be doing IRLs. Y'all all trying to be like these niggas at the top. You got motherfuckers talking about desktop streaming is dying. How is that even fucking possible? It's not even possible. It's just the niggas you watching. You knew and you already thinking you need to be doing IRLs. Nigga, you are a fucking bot. You're gonna fall off. Bro, the IRL streaming shit is so overstimulated, so oversaturated. All you see is scripts now.
Niggas is tired of seeing niggas just overly showing shit that they don't have that they can't relate.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like everybody is watching that. You know, we all seeing that from all the top streamers right now with everything. So of course, if they seeing that and then they saying like, oh, I made 50,000, 100,000, 100, you know, whatever thousand. Yeah, you gonna look at it and be like, shit, I might as well get into streaming. You feel me? I might as well try to do my little 1-2, you know, and give that a try. But then this is where the creativeness, consistency, this is where all the other stuff come in play, money, financial stuff, so you can go do things, right, and put it all on stream. You know what I mean? That's the hard part.
So we can't relate to you niggas no more. We can't. Y'all streaming on yachts and shit. There's a nigga that want to stream from his bathtub to pretend that he on the yacht right now. Listen, bro. You don't gotta do that.
And last but certainly not least, I think that people are getting away from the always on nature of content creation. I've seen more streamers take more breaks. The breaks between marathon streams is becoming greater. The breaks in just streaming in general is becoming greater. I know it may mean some effects to the pockets, but if there's a quality difference and from your content as a whole, from your life as a whole, I think a lot of streamers are gonna get into that now because they're just seeing that I can't always be on. It's really not healthy. And at the end of the day, it doesn't benefit me or my audience to come back on, cut the chat on and be like, hey chat, what we doing today? Because I just need to fill some sort of quota. It's the stupidest shit in the world.